has been scrapped, with the organizers citing law and order situation following the molestation incident during New Year's Eve as the reason. After the molestation horror in Bangalore, cops who failed to protect women there have now given up on security altogether. All right, let's go across to my colleague now, Palki Sharma Upadhyay, joining us live from the newsroom. Palki, is this a testament, really an indication of the Bengaluru police just giving up, saying they cannot provide security?
Like it, and Sunburn has given out this alert due to the present law and order situation. We have this in Bengaluru following the events that happened around New Year's Eve. The authorities have recommended against holding the concert scheduled today with Guetta. He's a French songwriter and DJ, and he was scheduled to perform today as part of his Unity Tour 2017. We as Sunburn, and I'm reading out Sunburn, tried our very best to make it happen, but the authorities understandably are not prepared to take any chances. That's what the Bengaluru police have told the organizers, not prepared to take any chances. Remember, we've heard many versions of what happened on New Year's Eve and subsequently in Bengaluru from the police force, from trying to deny anything untoward happened to saying that police cannot be present everywhere, security cannot be stepped up overnight. The Bengaluru police, it seems, are now accepting the fact that they're not prepared to hold an event that was previously planned, that was previously scheduled. It was supposed to take place today, right, and they're supposed to perform in Mumbai, Hyderabad and Delhi in the days ahead.
Stay on, Palki. We also have Sagai Raj joining us from Bangalore now. Sagai Raj, the Bangalore police now citing the very reason they first denied, saying that because of incidents like the one on New Year's Eve, they cannot provide security here. What else has the police said?
So we spoke to the cops, we spoke to the rural SP, because this event was not organized inside Bengaluru city. The event was not inside Bengaluru city. Let me repeat that. The event was organized outside Bengaluru city, in the rural Bangalore, which is in Devanalli. And that particular place, the district, was not inside Bengaluru district. It is outside Bengaluru district, and it is called as rural Bengaluru. And the rural SP confirmed to NewsX that there was APMC elections which was scheduled on the same date. So we have requested, so SP has quoted the same. He had requested the organizers of Sunburn, that is organizing David Guetta concert, to postpone the dates. He has requested not to cancel, to postpone the dates where they can accommodate proper security to them. Because of APMC election, they will not be able to provide any kind of security, because this event is happening outside Bengaluru city, outside Bengaluru district.
All right, so they're citing APMC elections as well. Have they also touched upon, Sagai Raj, or mentioned at least the kind of mayhem that followed on New Year's Eve inside Bangalore as a reason why they can't control crowds if crowds do turn up?
See, sir, if you see the entire incident on New Year Day happened in the heart of city, in Brigade Road and MG Road in Bengaluru. And this event was scheduled to happen. The venue was outside Bengaluru district, the completely outside Bengaluru city. So it is the rural Bengaluru law and order situation. They should have given the permission. But they claim that there is an election which has been scheduled. And they say that they have requested the organizer not to cancel the event. They will be able to provide security to them probably after the election. But the organizers went on social media saying that it is because of the New Year Eve they are forced to cancel this particular event. But the cops completely ruled out, because rural Bangalore and Bangalore district, there is no way connection, there is no way you can interconnect the events and try to put across the same thing. And this is also the statement of the organizers. It's also trying to defame Bengaluru at the given situation.
So essentially, Sagai, what you're saying is the organizers are citing what happened on New Year's Eve as a reason. The cops, however, are saying since it's not Bangalore police's jurisdiction and rural cops hold it, there are APMC elections. So clearly two versions here, the end result being that concert is being cancelled there. What else are the organizers alleging? Do they have any proof or any indications that this is happening because of what happened on New Year's Eve, or are they just going out on a limb and connecting the two?
So they are connecting the two, because first and foremost, they should understand the jurisdiction. They should understand the border of Bengaluru. because they had organized the event in a place called Embassy Riding School, which is in Devanelli. Devanelli is completely a different district. It belongs to Chikbalapur, and it is outside Bengaluru city. And it is nearly 45 kilometers from heart of Bengaluru if you have to go to that particular venue to witness this particular event, which doesn't come under the Commissioner of Bengaluru. I even spoke to the Commissioner, Praveen Sood, who has clarified, saying that there is no concert which is happening in our jurisdiction. I mean to say that there is no concert which is happening inside Bengaluru where they can go ahead and give an approval or go ahead and cancel the event. So there was a doubt, and then I called up the SP of Bengaluru, and he clarified, yes, there was a concert which was planned in rural Bengaluru, outside Bengaluru city, but there is an APMC election which has been scheduled, so that they cannot give any kind of permission for them to go ahead and organize an event, because
so that begs the question, Sagai, and let me just pick your brains here for a bit here. That begs the question: why did they cancel the event so close to the night it was supposed to happen? Shouldn't they have informed those authorities, those organizers beforehand that APMC elections were on and they couldn't have provided security? When exactly did they ask the organizers to postpone it?
Absolutely. That is a question which should be raised with the cops as well as the authorities. Why the authorities have taken so much time when there was a courtship with the cops about the date, because they have gone ahead and sold everything. Because when you are trying to organize a concert, you should get a license.
Right. Sagai, stay on. We'll also go across to Palki for a bit here. Palki is clearly, as Sagai was telling us, the police has one version, the organizers seem to have another. End result being there will be no concert for now. But shouldn't there have been more sort of coagulation, if I could use that word, between the organizers and the police here?
The term for the police, as we are putting it out, Atar, is that they've abdicated their duty, and that's exactly what it is. Sunburn is not something that must have come up overnight. I'm sure the organizers had their permissions in place. The election too is something that is planned and scheduled and provided for well in advance. So these two things, the organizers and the police knew were going to happen in the same area on the same day. They should have been prepared for it. At the last moment, the Bengaluru police coming out and saying that the permission will not be granted, or the organizers saying that they've been told by the police that due to the law and order. What does this mean? The present law and order situation in Bengaluru following the events that happened around New Year's Eve. Is this the interpretation of the organizers, or is this something that the Bengaluru police have told them? Remains to be seen, but the fact is that the police at some point decided we cannot provide security for an event which is going to be very much like what happened on New Year's Eve. Young people will be coming there, they'll be drinking. Is the police not sure that they can prevent an untoward incident from happening? Are they just doing this to ensure that they do not get any more bad PR? Those are the questions that the police needs to be asked.
Absolutely. Abdicating responsibility. After all, the jurisdiction comes under Bangalore Police. If not Bangalore City Police, then rural Bangalore, as Sagai was telling us. And if they cannot guarantee security for a festival, a music festival, part of arts and culture, what exactly can the police do? Is it their contention that they're overstretched in terms of personnel or in terms of the policemen who will be deployed? Is it their contention that the APMC elections will require far more security and they expect some trouble there? If they did, why didn't they come up with this earlier? Sagai Raj still with us, joining us from Bangalore. Sagai, those questions, of course, will be haunting the police right now, because at the moment, it looks like clearly the Bangalore police doesn't want to pick up this assignment, if you will, for fear of yet another incident like the one in the New Year's Eve incident that happened in MG Road. I believe the organizers of Sunburn are joining us right now. Shailendra Singh is on the phone line. Shailendra, thank you for speaking to NewsX. Let me ask you, there are two versions out there. You've been claiming that the police have abdicated responsibility in light of what happened in Bangalore on New Year's Eve. The police says they're overstretched because of APMC elections. What exactly happened? How did you come to know the concert was cancelled?
Look, I think we've been in this business for 10 years, and in 10 years we have always sort of followed the law of the land. So we had permission to, to do this concert. It's a charity concert. So first of all, it's a missed opportunity for the fans as well as the country, because we were going to raise money to educate children. And then the permission was withdrawn. So I guess it's our job to follow the law of the land, and we have done that. But it is a missed opportunity. It's unfortunate. But beyond that, I don't think as a citizen, as a simple businessman promoter, I would be, in a fair space to comment.
But we understand, Shailendra, that you put it up on your website that the police might have backed out of this because of what happened on New Year's Eve. Do you have any concrete evidence to suggest that that is the case?
Look, the circumstances in India, are reasonably volatile in different states, and different sentiments get affected. I truly believe that the decision makers are well elected by us, and it's their job to ensure that the country and the cities are safe. So we don't, as citizens, we don't have an option but to follow the instructions of the authorities. What else can we do, to be honest? So at the end of the day, we have to give benefit of the doubt. But to be honest, it is a huge loss of opportunity as well as emotions and economic, loss to us too.
Shailendra, you also have been asked by the cops to postpone the event, not necessarily cancel it. But don't you think that indication or that warning should have come far before the night the concert was scheduled to be held? It's not going to be possible to postpone it, is it?
Yeah, I mean, it becomes really difficult because the artist of the stature of David Guetta gives you one day of his life free to make a difference to educate Indian children. So yeah, it was a great emotional opportunity for our country and Bengaluru. But to be honest, we'll try another day. But of course, this particular day is gone. This event is gone, and this beautiful moment that we could have created together is not happening. But like I say again, we are law-abiding citizens, and we have to support the decision of the authorities. What else can we do?
Has it become a pattern, Shailendra? Because Sunburn was cancelled on the outskirts of Pune as well, if I'm not wrong. You've been having some trouble with not just police, but also some political outfits who've raised objections. Do you believe that you're being targeted unfairly?
Oh, no. I think, look, India is work in progress. And like you saw what happened in BCCI, the constitution was compromised, and the Supreme Court had to step in. So I think it's a policy top down. I guess the government has to decide whether music tourism and live entertainment are an important aspect to the society, having the youngest population in the country. I think it's a decision that the government needs to make for live entertainment and music tourism. If it is a strong pillar of society, then they should support it and help us grow this business. Because for us, this is turning out to be a tough business. We love it, we do it, and the kids enjoy it. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it is a top-down decision that the government needs to take.
Shailendra, I'm going to ask my next question. I'm going to frame it very carefully, since you've already said that you're going to give the police the benefit of the doubt. Even though the police says that they are cancelling this, they can't provide security because of APMC elections, and you have given them the benefit of the doubt. But is there, in your mind, and you can share it with us, of course, by not saying as much, but is there some doubt in your mind that what happened on New Year's Eve in Bengaluru could have perhaps discouraged the police from walking into yet another situation where they could have gotten bad PR? You can answer it any way you like.
Yeah, I think your question is multi-layered, and it has, if I truly, as a citizen, answer that question, I could be in trouble. To be honest, the only answer that I still want to give is that we are just simple citizens of the country, and the country can only run smoothly if all citizens follow the law of the land. So to be honest, as a businessman, promoter, whatever you want to term me as, I don't have an option but always to follow the authorities and the decisions made by them. Now, irrespective of any other incidents that take place, whether it's in Bengaluru, Delhi, Noida, Kanpur, at the end of the day, the effects of those incidents fall on to various events that happen in our country. And ultimately, it doesn't make a country look great, but the fact of the matter is that you have to follow the decisions of the authorities.
Shailendra, can we expect another sunburn with the likes of David Guetta and others sometime soon, despite all the problems you've recently been having?
Look, we love this business, not just purely for the economics. We do this because I truly believe, and my company believes, that music has the power to make a social difference. This event was showing that even better, that a French DJ can take time out for Indian kids. So I think we're going to keep trying to do this, but I just hope and pray that in times to come, the process becomes more smoother so we can do better work, because these events are live in 80 countries.
Okay.
It makes our country and our cities like Bengaluru, Delhi look really cool. So I think it's in the interest of our nation to do these things. But I'm
Shailendra,
just hoping in the times to
I will
come
ask
that,
you to
we
stay
have,
on for
strong
another
policies
minute
that
or
support it.
so. I'll ask you to stay on for another minute because we're getting some breaking inputs. I would like your reaction on that. This is live television for you. The SP in Bangalore has defended the move, saying that David Guetta concert, the Sunburn concert, has not been cancelled. The organizers should fix a different date due to APMC polls. They say, and he says, there is no law and order problem. Shailendra, yet again, the SP of Bangalore has said you've been asked to postpone it. Now, I can understand as an organizer, it's very difficult for you, but this is the defense they're giving. They're saying there is no law and order problem, but because of the APMC elections, you've been asked to postpone it. Are you willing to postpone it?
Look, the postponement decision is just not in our hands as promoters. It involves the artists, the fans. It is a huge value chain involved. But like I said in the beginning, we want to give benefit of the doubt on every occasion to the government and the authorities. And if the SP of the city and the state says something, I think we must believe. What else can you do? I mean, how else do you want to do this? We're not rebels. We're Indians. We love our country, and these are appointed officials. So we'll try our best. But yeah, it's a loss of opportunity, and a good moment in history is not going to happen tonight.
All right, Shailendra Singh, thank you for speaking to us. I could also detect the hint of frustration and helplessness in your voice, but of course